Hello, how's everybody? Yes, it's me. This is little me, running late. It's like a routine for me, but it's not intentionally. I think the love, this here, things are ailing me right now. But it's okay, I'll be alright. What do you say? Put on my glasses here so I can see. That's an AI generated record. But it sounds good, I like it. Another day old. I don't move. How you like that? What do you think about that? It's just talking about living. Talking about life. Period. It's just life. So, this is Wine, hosting All in the Business. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully I didn't run you off too far, too bad. And you'll come and join me and let's talk about it. We're just going to talk about the regular talk. I like this record. I think AI is on its job. I mean, I haven't quite figured out what AI means yet, but I know it's an AI generated record. I'm gonna bring that to an end. How you like that? Give me your thoughts on that. It's a little short, and it's about getting aging. That's basically what it's all about. Just aging in life, and that's what they are talking about. It's how we get older and move on with life and move on with things, and it's just what it's talking about. So, I got quite a few things here, so you guys ready for me? Want to get busy with it? Want to talk about it? Want to do our little thing? This is what we do here. We talk about all of the craziness too. We get in your business, and of course, you know I done been into the regular business, and this is the man, Don the Man. But that's he's a great deal of the topic today. But then again, He's not. It's a little different. It's crazy. Cause I just got my papers here. One second here. Let me see what I have done with my paperwork here. I think this is it here. I'm gonna start today off with a really little announcement, and it's a nice announcement. And this is back in when I was celebrating my birthday, and I was my niece was talking. In fact, I had read something, and I forgot to acknowledge it to her or to even say anything about it. But my niece was talking about. Let me see if I can find it. She did this nice little note. She was just talking about her aunts who had celebrated their birthday, and she was talking about. Let me see, life reminder. Okay, here it is. I have it here, and really, I need to put things in order. But before I get started, I did not own the rights to that music, and I should have said that earlier before I turned it off. But somewhere down the line, it's been picked up, and I have now said it. But I want to talk about, and I think it was really sweet. But my niece, she was talking about. Let me read what she said here. She said it's best, and it was inspiring. She said, my niece said it best, and it was inspiring to her. Aging is a privilege, and we should celebrate, honor. We should certainly honor it as such. I celebrated my 7th is me. This is me here. I celebrated my 70th birthday, and my other sister celebrated her 60th birthday, and another one celebrated her 65th birthday. So, with all that being said, my niece gave it a good recognition. I'll read what she said again. She said it's best and it when inspiring to her. She said it was inspiring to her. Aging is a privilege, and we should certainly honor it as such. I celebrated. My sister celebrated, and that's just me going on and on about the when I wrote this. I basically wanted to acknowledge what she said, and she was said it's a aging is a privilege, and we should certainly honor it as such. And that's a quote from my little niece, and well, she's not a little niece, so. Oh, Michael Jackson and kicked on. Let me turn him off. That's crazy. Ain't that a mess? That's me not in control with my music here. I don't turn. Uh, I keep turning Michael Jackson and whoever on the screen on, but thank you guys for tuning in and thank you for joining me. I was just reading a little note from my niece here back in a couple of days, not couple of, but a couple of months back. Three of us celebrated our birthday. Mine is December, and two are in February. And I was 70, one was 60, and one was 65. So we all celebrated our birthday. And we all did something that my niece participated in. But she said she said aging is a privilege and we should certainly honor it as such. And that's a quote from her. And I just want to say thank you and shouts out to my niece here. Uh, it's like it, I just wanted to do that. So I have a couple things here. I also was listening to music, and I think that's why my system is so jacked up here. Did you know that Jackie Wilson, remember the guy that was singing Lonely Teardrops? That's an very old music. In fact, I like it too. It's one I've played. Even though he's a little older than I am, I do remember Jackie Wilson. But I guess the moral of the story is his son is singing his songs now, Bobby Wilson's. So, and he's singing them all, and he sounds just like his father. But I think that's kind of neat, and he's not changing a word in it. Somewhere down the line, I guess he will make his own music, but I think that was rather cute that his son was taking over his music just as it is. I'm sure he would come up with some of his own stuff, but when I read that, it was really neat. All right, so let's get to the little stories about what's going on today, and it's all about a bunch of war and different stuff. So I will start out with, okay, this one here. Women keep, let me see what's going on here. Women keep your, this is, this was crazy. And this is news. Um, I see. I got to pay attention to my screen here. I wasn't looking at it, and I got to get up here to where things are. And 1 second here, but I want to give a little news tidbit here as to what I recently ran across, and um, this is talking about women and driving, but there was, and this here is local. This here is a St. Louis issue that recently happened, but it can happen anywhere. But it's talking about two people driving along the road, and one dotting in and out, weaving and different things. But whatever it was happening on the road, it was causing a problem for another person that had road rage. So all this to say, when those two cars came to face to face, not face to face, but maybe side by side stop, or either he was behind her or whatever. But the thing about the whole story is he snatched her car door open, slapped her in the face, not slapped her, hit her in the face with his fist 3 or 4 times. He got off three or four good licks before someone intervened, and then he took off running. At this time, he left his whole car. all that to say, women, you need to be careful out here. Lock your car at all times, and be aware of your surroundings. You have to kind of be looking. Don't be too into your phone and looking at different things that you can't see what's going on. I think that's very awful. And they seem to take advantage of women a little bit more because he literally, they say, allegedly, he walked up to her car door, snatched it open, hit her in the face 3 or 4 times, and ran off until because someone else intervened. And it was another man who saw what was going on and I guess just felt it wasn't right. But that's what he did. So he just, it's crazy, but you guys all have to say, be careful. It's out here. Um, I also was reading here about the Adidas running shoe. And I forgot to get his name, and I should have. I was really slipping. But he's a track runner, and he won for the second time this year. And the good thing about it, he topped his record from the last time. So he was the winner last year, and he's the winner this year. And they contributed to the Adidas shoe. Contributed to the Adidas shoe because they say it's the first time that a shoe of this style, this model, has been this light. So they said, with all that being said, I am going to drink a sip of wine. This is my first little shot. I got it in my glass. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in and commenting. When you get to my Facebook page and you see All in Your Business 1224, that's me. Share and like. Thank you. I'm going to take a sip of wine here. So I want to say thank you for tuning in now and for joining me. I was talking about the Adidas shoe, and they was talking about how this shoe made this man run very, very fast. So they are saying contributed to the Adidas running shoe. It made him win last year and this year. Uh, I also have here, all right, I know you heard about this. He's not last on my list, but I just dotted him in and out. I didn't talk about him consistently, but this is the Don Man. And the Don Man, that's our president. I am just going to call it the way it is. I've been trying to call him something different and say something different, but I don't think I'll get into too much trouble because everybody is talking about the Don Man. I won't say anything crazy or anything to get me kicked off, but I will be telling the story the way I see it and the way I have read it. But all that to say, he is suing his former FBI representative for the second time. And this time he is being and we're talking about Comey. Comey used to be his FBI director in his last term, and I guess he didn't make it this term because they fell out when he went to court. But anyway, anybody that deal with the Don Man, the president, they seem to have issues. They suffer the consequences for dealing with him. He's untouchable, but his people are not. So I guess they're going to have a big list going on when this election is now over. If he can't get himself in for a lifetime election, then they're in for a big list of people. But anyway, his friend, his former FBI director, and they didn't say where it was written or inscribed in the sand is, but he wrote the message 8647, and Donald Trump says that is a code to assassinate him. The FBI person said that it's not true. And if it is true, he wasn't aware of it. So he took it down. So right now, it doesn't exist, the writing. But the message in the sand, the picture has been taken and shared with many. Even I myself saw it, 8647, and which is crazy. Now, I agree with Trump on this one. If the FBI director don't know what that represents, then he does think everybody's stupid, and so he might as well join Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump. He might as well join him if that's the story that he wants to tell everybody. He didn't know what that means. So, but that's his story, and he's going to stick to it. And he said it. So he said he didn't know what it means, so he took it down right away. I personally don't have anything against you. And he also told him that he wasn't afraid of him, so come on. So it's like, come on, shoot your best shot. Uh, Now, my next story, it kind of talks about. I got a little kick out of this here because it reminded me of Will Smith and his wife when they had this little episode or whatever happened between he and the kid comedian person. He wasn't a comedian at the time. He was on stage talking about different things, but I'll read what happened here. Don's wife, well, Richard Kim, not Richard Kim, but that's an old movie, Richard Kimball. But the Kimball man, the late night talk person, he's the host of the late night show. But anyway, he was on there and he gave a little roast to Melania based on the age difference of her and Trump. And he made a joke talking about it was some sort of a deaf joke, but it really wasn't a deaf joke. It really meant the age difference is what it the way I took it when I heard it. But I didn't really think that she would be offended or insulted. But she went to her husband, and her husband decided that he wanted Don Kimball off the air. So he has been removed off the air, so they say. I haven't seen him lately. I haven't looked at it, but that's his conversation now. Now, this is the second time that this has happened to him because of things that he have said and are saying, and he keeps pleading his fifth too. He said that he didn't mean any harm. He was just basically, it was a little small roast, and he was talking about their age. And I think there's maybe about 20 some years different between her and the Don man. So that's what he said, and that's the only thing we can go with. What come out of his mouth. So that's what he said. It's just a little roast. But okay, so we are being reminded. Oh, okay. Remember the king here, King Leo. No, not King Leo. This is the king and his Catherine. They are here. They are visiting with the president. But since he's been here, they've been bringing up his brother, who has been stripped of his responsibility and his duties from the king area because of his involvement with Epstein. I said, now, Epstein hand reached very far back. A lot of times I can't really I wasn't really looking into a lot of people, and I guess I should because they have yet to come up with the list. They came up with a little of it, but they said there's not a whole lot left to be found. And here again, Melania's name was in there too. But they since the let me see. Who's here? The king and his wife, and I forget which one we had. But the person that was removed, his brother Andrew, he stripped him of all his duties because of his involvement with the Epstein file. So apparently they are true. Apparently he saw the pictures for himself or something. But his brother has no royalties responsibility because of his involvement with the Epstein file. Now, if that ain't something else, I don't know what is. People are just getting. It's. I guess it's just a dirty world. I don't know. It's so much out here, so much corruption, so much stuff going on, and this Comey thing with him not knowing. I can't get over that part with him not knowing the things that he's done and doing is creating a problem, and what you put the inscription in the sand, and it wasn't an inscription, it was something looked like it was done with seashells or something. By it being on the beach, I think it was more so like seashells. But that's what he did in there, and he says, told him to come on. He's not afraid of him. Talking about the president also, he is getting ready I remember when this person, Letitia James, remember when her name kept ringing and going back and forth about what the president was doing? Some kind of way he and the two of them were fighting and trying to justify her being wrong of something. And I think it had something to do when voter election was going on. She was heavily involved with, I guess, his error and ways. But the thing of it is, she won her issue with him. But what is going on now, and it's supposed to be coming up recently. They say she's going for his golfing area and other assets that he have. So somewhere down the line, she has privy to these to this lawsuit. It looked like it's going to happen in her favor. Now that's the part I don't understand. How can you have so much legal stuff going on and still represent the United States? It just the two just don't match to me. I don't see why someone has not come forward. Either it's a lot of fake news, a lot of BS, or a lot of something that a person can represent so many people with such a dysfunctional lifestyle. Now they want to keep saying that there's a touch of dementia there. They want to keep saying that there's a touch of this, a touch of that, in addition to just a touch of being ignorant. But they can't do anything about it. It just doesn't make sense. If it's that easy to get yourself into the White House and become a damn fool, then everyone's going to be doing it. We are not going to, I don't know where it's going to end up to, and I won't be here to be a witness to it unless I come back in something, in a reincarnation of something else. I don't know. And I don't want to be a butterfly. I do want to be a fly on the wall or something on the wall where I can hear and see a lot of this going on. But it's crazy. The president is off the chain, but he is facing to lose quite a few of his assets right about now. And the golf course is one of them. The golf course and several other items is going on. They said that he's having a difficult time of getting insurance for all of his issues and all of his problems because of his financial reputation. And which is really crazy because you can kind of see the handwriting on the wall, all of the big fight that he has going on to represent himself. He's got a lot of people out here fighting for his rights and for his wrongs, but regardless to it, he's still the president. And this is the part that I don't get. And I'll never get that one. I'll have to drink another sip of wine on that one. I do. Because that's off the chain. I can't see how anyone with that bad of a record can represent anything. And it's sad to say, if he was of any other color, I don't think it would even exist with his lifestyle. So, but anyway, it is what it is. I have several more items on crime here. And we talked about, let me see, crime is, this here is talking about the lyrics. Remember when last week when I was talking about the lyrics that are getting people in trouble? It's getting life sentences, it's getting everyone guilty of a crime. Either they have written the wording down or will write it or some sort of a way. Well, anything that you write down can come back to haunt you. And it was talking to me, and here again, I think this is an AI generated conversation because I was talking to myself and moving things around, and then here it comes up. It talks about Master P. Master P has a brother that's serving a lifetime in jail. Now, this is what the writing has told me. He has a brother because of the words that he wrote before and then later, somewhere down the line, in addition to, I think he shot an officer. I think that's what it is, or allegedly shot an officer. But either way it goes, the prosecutor was able to pin it on, not pin it on him, but justify how he did it. So they said a crime is how prosecutors can develop a case against you. It has been pointed out to me that Master P. Brother is currently in jail for his written words. So, all that to say, and we talked about that, about lyrics. So, I think I just want to give a shout out to those who are in music, those who are reciting lyrics and writing words. Um, pick your lyrics and your action carefully. Be aware of it because they have found a way to pin this on you. So you can get a case one or two ways. When it's written, you can get one, or after the fact. So either way it goes, the prosecutor can find you guilty of a crime based on the lyrics of a song. And if that song involves killing someone or making someone unalive, I should say. That's the correct the correct language that I should use. Unalive. So, but be careful. That's one of the things that it told me. AI told me Master P's brother was in there. So, two things about dinner, and this is about the dinner that was on last week when we were here live talking, and Mr. Lambert came and told us that there was currently a shootout at the White House dinner. Now, I have three things here that I kind of just want to talk about just briefly, and I won't go on and on and in depth about it. But dinner at the White House, Kash Patel. Now, this was I think he's currently security or some sort. He has a very high position. He was being interviewed, and he was nonchalant, didn't know what the hell was going on. And it struck me as odd because you are a person of position. So if you don't know what's going on, you should have made sure you were not in the camera. You should have turned your back. You should have walked away. You should not have put yourself in position to not know what's going on. And I think his position is a part of security or something. And they were talking about all of the people at the dinner. And I did not know that the dinner that was going on, well, it was in honor. The president had a lot to do with it, but they were saying this is a dinner that goes on every year, but he is not responsible for the head count. He's not responsible for the monies involved. He's not responsible for anything. So it's not like it's his party. He's just being honored at someone else's expense. So the party that was going on, it was kind of out of his league, as not out of his league, but out of his control as to who attends and attends what. But because he just kept saying his party, these people, and that's another thing I was going to talk about because Caroline Levitt, that's his spokesperson. I also saw her sitting next to him prior to them telling him that he needed to evacuate. And then I later saw her on the news, and this is before the dinner started, and she was talking about what to expect out of his event, his day, how entertaining he was going to be. And it turned out that she said, "Oh, it's going to be. He's going to say this, this, and that, and there will be shots fired in the side." So it's like he had already prepared her and warned her that we will have some shooting. Don't worry, no one is going to get hurt. I don't believe that everyone was in the dark of this being a uh, stage setup. I don't believe that he had to stage the situation with him. I don't believe his life was at risk the way he wants it to be exposed or said, because right after that, shortly after that, they began to get on TV to try and justify why he needs the ballroom. Um, oh, and remember the lady And remember the lady that was escorted out of there crying? They didn't really show her back, but they showed her face, but they showed her back. Nice young lady. She looked like I didn't see her face, but based on her back, you could say she was an attractive young lady. I honestly can't say that because I don't remember her seating when I saw the faces of the people. But that was Kurt, the young man that was killed on unalived on TV. That was his wife. Um, that was Erica Kurt. That's who she was. So and she was being escorted out of there, saying, "I just want to go home." And I'm not laughing at her as a person. I'm just laughing at the gesture of what she said. And that's how she said it. And within tears, she said, "I just want to go home." So I don't know if it was a theatrical move or just what it was, but it was word. It was ear catching. I caught those three things. The one where Cash Patel now, and I think he has something to do with security. I forget his responsibility, but Cash Patel, uh, Caroline Nevin, and Erica Kirk. Those three people I found to be sort of interesting during the White House shooting. This was at the dinner that they had. So that's all I have on that one. I have announcement. Oh, I talked about this one here. Um, this is an announcement. This here is something. This is nice. This one here is an. Even though I kind of mixed it up, a little law here and a little law this here. This here is just a sister announcement. Um, and she's starting a very good friend, a very niece. She's a niece of mine, but she's starting her boutique. She has a tea. It's currently opening up. Well, I think it's already open. I haven't made it over yet, but it's my goal to make it. So anybody in the St. Louis, Illinois area, check her out. She has a boutique, and it's opening in the area of 415 Ridge Street, Alton, Illinois, 62002. It's a boutique that, and it looks very pretty. It looks like it's roomy. It looks like it's full, and it looks like it's a nice place to shop. I have a goal to attend, but it's just an announcement. If you're looking for something to do, somewhere to go, somewhere different, and maybe to spend a few dollars, check her out. She's opening up her boutique. It's at 415 Ridge Street, Alton, Illinois. Check her out. So, now this here is something I have here, and I have it as fake news, or well, really, I don't know the difference. I am getting very, very more and more confused, and I don't know how much is being attributed to AI. I'm going to take me a sip here. Taking me a sip of wine. So, I'm taking me a sip of wine because um, they're talking about Ursha, the entertainer, the singer, the dancer. Now, they said that the Don man, Donald Trump, they say that he offended Ursha. This is the young man that's the singer, the dancer. In fact, he and I believe Chris Brown are coming. Maybe they're touring. They're touring together based on them both have similar skills. So, but I don't know the reason why they're really touring, but they are going to be touring together. But the thing of this here, they say that the Don man insulted him, and they told him, "Hi there, Mr. Okay, well, I know it's a mouthful of your word of your name, but hello, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening in. Um, we have a new visitor and a commenter here, or an observer, or whatever the person chooses to do. She's on board here, so everyone tell her hi or her. I don't know the. I didn't get a picture with it, so I can't really say what's going on. And I don't, but I know I probably befriended her, the person, the reason that they're there. But anyway, I was going to talk about the me not knowing the difference of the fake news or just what, because I really haven't heard about this here just yet. But they said that the Don man, he offended Ursha because he told him, and this is what he said. He was insulted. He was an insult to Jesus. That's what they said. The Don man said, "Hi, Mr. Lambert." He says hello to all. Um, they say that the Don told Ursha he was an insult to Jesus. Now that's kind of bold and that's kind of different, but and they say when he did that, they said, and he's a very calm, cool, and collective person, but they say that he responded. They said he unleashed with a powerful response and a moral reckoning. So they said that his words were very selective, choiceful, and but he laid it on the line. And you know he went and from A to Z with all the things that he's done. So and that's talking about our president. So, but for you to come in and assault me, he had a few choice words for him. So that's what was said and that's what was done. And here again, I don't quite. I haven't been able to identify fake news or just what. So I don't really know what's going on. But when it strikes my interest, then this is what I share, and this is what we talk about, and this is what we do. Uh, Drink a wine, a sip of wine with me. This is Miss Vintage Wine hosting All in Your Business. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. And in the event that you want to share, like, and comment, when you go to my YouTube page, All in Your Business 1224, subscribe. Thank you. I just needed to get that out of the way and said thank you guys for tuning in and joining me. I also want to talk about, I have another niece, and to me, I found it very interesting. I want to get together this list of, because I'm sure everyone has it, and once I put my list together, or anyone that does it before me, just let me know, and we put these little shout outs to all of these young folks that's handling business. I mean, they are. Everyone is doing a tremendous move in life. And that's what it's all about. A lot of us are in the dark as to what our children, and I'm just saying our children because they all belong to everyone of some kind. But I have another niece that's making boss moves. I talk about the one who's getting ready to open up a boutique. Check her out over in the Alton area when you get a time. I told you she was at 415 Ridge Street. I also have a niece that's making boss moves, and she's making real good moves because she's taking she's putting her personal touch on anything that you have, anything that you want something done to. And she has, and I've seen a lot of her work, and I am really impressed with it. In fact, I have something for her to do too. I have a vase that stands probably about a foot and a half, or maybe 2 feet. I'm not for certain, but it's the vase that was given to me with my mother's flower arrangement in, and I wanted her to bling it out, and I want to display it in a way of speaking. So that's going to be my project to her. But this is what she's doing this with shoes, purses, mirrors, placards, whatever you want to do. She can put your choice, her combination, a personal move on all of this. Miss Kendall here. Yes, check out. Well, she didn't, yes, and she's saying, yes, check out Miss Drill here. Her work is fantastic. And that's what my next thing was at Miss Drill here. She also gave her phone number. So I will give it to in the event you are seeking business. And you can call her. It doesn't matter where you are because I've known her to have shipped things also. I think I remember her talking about she had did something for the entertainer Miss Red. And she shipped it to her. So, but she has a phone number here of 314-941-7161. Check her out. Give her a call. Those are two people that I am talking about here. The one that has the boutique, who's at she's in Alton, Illinois, and this one here has given her phone number, Mr. Hill. You can call 314-941-7161. Now, one thing here that I have, in addition to, I have music. Um, and it's crazy because I didn't take an order and I didn't want to do an order. I just it's so crazy because a lot of things, and that's what throws me off because I have a lot of things here that I don't want to talk about, but I just have things written down that has nothing to do with what we are talking about. It's just things that I be talking, and I'm always talking and taking notes from a bill collector standpoint. So a lot of that is in the mix here of my notes. So when I stumble, that's what I've done. Oh, I don't want to read that. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But from a music standpoint, ladies, answer this question for me. Who's your husband in another life? And it's just a question. Who's your husband in another life? I have an answer for it for myself, but I'll give someone a chance to answer. For the men, I ask the same question. Who's your wife in another life? I can't answer that one. I know what it used to be for my husband, but now he doesn't talk about anyone. But it used to be Anita Baker for him. But who's your wife in another life? And for the men, for the women, who's your wife in another life? And for the women, who's your husband in another life? Or if you choose to have same sex, just tell me. It could be husband, husband, wife, wife. It's just a question, and it's something that we want to answer. So please share it with us. Give us something to talk about here. We want to be all in your business. And that's what Miss Vintage Wine is doing. We're all in your business. Since everyone is slow, my favorite person, my husband in another life. I have two of them, but Idris Elvis. And I didn't spell his name correctly, and I may not be saying it correctly, but I know he's this tall, dark, and handsome guy, Idris Elvis, and that's the person. Back in the day, let me see what his name is, because he played in all kind of movies. His name will come to me, but that's the latest person for me. That's my husband in another life, Idris Elvis. So let me know. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you are thinking of. I am going to take a drink of wine, a sip of wine. I am sipping. That's what we are doing. We are just sipping along and talking along. I also have another thing here. A question. What is your dream car? Do you have a dream car? What is your dream car? Of all you young people who are working toward life and beginning to build your nest and beginning to do things in life and making your boss moves, what is your dream car? Me personally, I don't have one. I just need four wheels. I don't have to have a particular car. But that's a question that I just wanted to ask because I kept seeing a lot of nice cars and people talking about cars, and men are so in car. Miss Brittany Kendall, the same kind I want in this life, someone who loves me tremendously and wants to retire me. I want to vacation. Got seasons at. I want to vacation. Got seasons at a time. So whoever wants to do that. So Miss Kendall says, whomever share her feelings and her thoughts. So she just wants someone who share that. That's her dream man. I asked the question, "What is your dream person?" And 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 I said Idris Elba. So and I think I love him, and I love that accent. I know he's already married, and I know that. Hey, yeah. Hey, y'all. Miss Hill, she just joined us, and she's speaking to everyone for whole. Miss Kendall, come back and put it in quotes for whole. Whoever wants to do that. And you have to take the whole package, I guess is what she's saying. And I had asked her who was her, what was her dream husband or her dream person in another life. What was it that you would accept or what you would take? And I said Idris Elba. So that was the young man who I adore. Um, and he's more my age. I have some young ones, but those who are Miss Hill, mine is someone that can do something. You mean a plumber or electrician or something of that sort? Miss Hill says, and this is Miss Vatera here. Oh, hi Delaney, hi Aaron. Hello, I have my daughter-in-law here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know things are running late. You guys didn't know I was here. The producer has did his job of spreading the word and getting a couple of people on with me just to get on board. All that. That's what Miss Hill says. Mr. Lambert said, "Oh, Holly Berry is my Bentley." He wants his favorite car is a Bentley, and Holly Berry is the person in another life. So now that's a person after my own head because he's retaining the questions and he's participating. Um, I'm going to have to give him a special shout out. That's Mr. Lambert, and he's my one of my participants who keep one of my commenters. If he's not, he's always listening. But sometimes he doesn't participate, or he does. He just sits back in his recliner, and I guess it has a massage button on there. Sometimes it'll put him to sleep or whatever. I don't know, but um, I'm with your daughter. Oh, okay. So I have two of them on here, Miss Erin and Miss Rhines. Miss Rhines haven't said anything, but she's in the background listening. Miss Hill is here, and she told me mine is someone that can do something. You need to be able to screw a light bulb, rake the yard, or cut a tree, or you got to be able to do something. That's true. I guess I didn't really put emphasis on what I was looking for, but I understand all of that because you need someone to be able to do something, or your money got to be long enough to hire someone to do something. It's nothing like a bunch of men that don't know how to do nothing. But I won't get into that subject or that topic. Uh, but I had asked the question: who is your husband in another life, or who is your wife in another life? And my husband in another life was Idris Ellis. I love him as an entertainment. I love him as his language. He has a little slang to his language. I forget. I think he's British of some sort. So they kind of talk a little different way. But I also asked, "What is your dream car?" And that's what Mr. Lambert answered. He answered in both questions. He wanted to put Holly Berry in his Bentley. So we got to see as your son is out here, and I know he's doing good things in the world. So somewhere down in the line, hopefully he gets you a Bentley, and then we can send you a big poster or a blow up of Holly Berry. I don't think she's on the market just yet. I think she found another husband here, but the question was in another life. So we, uh, I don't have a dream car. Miss Hill says, Vitera Hill says she doesn't have a dream car. Neither do I. I just have, well, you don't have to have a dream car because you almost get a new car every 2 years or 3 years. So, and they always are different cars. But for me, I just need $4. Miss Kendall, I love Lexus vehicle. No dream car, but I'll probably drive Lexus forever. That's true, and that's a good thing. I don't even have one. Here again, I just need something that's going to roll. The only thing I will do with a car is make sure that I give its maintenance that it needs. I remember once when I first started driving, I threw a rod in a car, and that was because I didn't do the oil change that it needed. I didn't even pay attention to it. Like now, I used to run out of gas, but I used to do stupid stuff like that, run out of gas. I never look at those things. So, but once I threw the rod in the car, from that day on, has never happened to me again. So that's the only thing that I will do. I will give it the maintenance that it needs because I don't want to do something that crazy again. I don't even run out of gas anymore, but I used to, and it was no big thing to me. And at the time, my youngest son, he was an avid rider with me every day, and he always sat in the back, but he was always standing up. Oh, seat belts and all that thing. Those regulations was not as important as they are now. But he was always right along with me, and he would always look at the gas can, and he says, "Well, Mom, I think we're getting ready to run out of gas." And true enough, we'd run out of gas, and we just go and get some. It was no big deal to me. I had the money in my pocket. Miss Kendall. Oh, that explains so much. My cousin seems to enjoy running. Well, yeah, and it does. Well, now, I've told that person about that because there is no reason because you are an adult now. And those ways back in the days as a young mother, it was just something to do. It was no big deal. It was no importance to it. But now there is no reason to still be doing that. I haven't ran out of gas and I haven't had to have my car serviced or replaced for lack of. And once you do that, once you fail to service a car, you are really setting yourself up for a new car and a different car. That won't work anymore. So with those things, I have vowed not to have happen again. I service my car and I put the gas in. But other than that, I don't care what it is. But anyway, and that was the question. What's your dream car? A Bentley is nice. I like that. And I love a good ride. I can get in a car and I can feel the smoothness of it. I can feel, how it reacts to the bumps. You can tell when you're riding in a smooth, good rolling car. You can tell when you're riding in a hoopty. But it doesn't matter to me if I own either one of them. I just want to get from A to be comfortably. I don't want anything that's going to stop on me where I got to call someone to do this and do that. But I'm not beyond it or beneath it. But thanks everybody for joining and tuning in. I was 15 minutes late, so I am going to just continue on as though I have just started. So please be patient with me. Please continue to join me and participate and hang with me for the next, let's say 10 minutes. I won't do the entire 15 minutes, but it is currently 8:08 and we are going to go to, let's say 8:10, just to absorb some of the minutes. I really hate being late and get started because when I know people have other things to do and things that they want to do and all of that. So thank you for joining in. I also have an announcement here. I talked about my niece with the boutique. That's a done deal. I talked about that. I talked about the Don insulting Ursha. And what he insulted, and this is what I didn't know was fake or not. I don't know if it's real news, but they said our president told Ursha he was an insult to Jesus. So anyone find out if that's fake news for me or not, please let me know. If not today, tomorrow. I am here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we are talking all in your business. I am your host, Miss Vintage Wine, hosting all in your business. I also talked about a person that want to join us one day. So all I got to do is get particulars on this, and we will have a participant, a person that can be interviewed, and we can ask questions. This person wants to talk about family. So we're going to see what's going on, what he has to talk about or want to talk about. But I hope you guys tune in when I let you know the person is going to join in and be nice to him. But ask a lot of questions, okay? I'll give you time. to when I find out when his date is. And I know it's a person that's want to talk about family. So for the most part, that's all I know right now. But I talked about my niece, Miss Drell here. She's a customs person. She's doing shoes the way shoes, purses, mirrors, whatever you want to change, she's here for you. She's at 314-941-7161. We also talked about music. I asked you the question, who's your husband in another life, men or women, and your type of car. We're done with that one. We talked about the fake news. I did that one. I also have here about the war. And it talks about, and this will be my last thing that, no, I have two things here. I guess I'll go through this one first. And it's talking about the newly appointed person. It says newly appointed, and this man has a first and last name that's out of this world. I'll spell his first name. And he's the new pope. He's been appointed for the, what area? He's the auxiliary bishop appointed by Pope Leo the 14th. That's who appointed him to his position. He's condemned. He condemned the Trump administration for its deportation policy. So this is the newly appointed. I'll spell his name: Menjivar, hyphenated Ayala. Menjarva Alaya. That's his name. But he spoke out. He spoke, and this is a newly appointed bishop, and he's responsible for what's his area? I forget. Somewhere down the line, I have his area here. But the thing about him, remember when we had Bad Bunny here, and everyone was kind of offended by him speaking Spanish, because that's what a lot of other people do. He recognized the melting pot in the U.S. Well, this is what the Pope did. He he gave his little speech, his little sermon, and the half of the other sermon, which was basically almost the same thing, he spoke it in Spanish. That's because he was trying to get through or give a message to the other half of the people. It's what it says here. Newly appointed, and that person, M.E.N. Majorva Alaya, spoke to the people. He is the appointed auxiliary bishop, appointed by Pope Leo the 14th. He condemned Trump's administration for its deportation policy. He quoted the scripture, Matthew 25, and the way, and it says, Matthew 25, the way we treat the least is the way we treat Jesus. That's the quote. Matthew 25. The way we treat the least is the way we treat Jesus. He wanted to listen to he said he wants to listen to the poor, and he wants to listen to everyone, but he wanted the poor to make sure that he hear them, that he's here for them also. And that's the reason it kind of struck my interest that he spoke half of his conversation in Spanish, and that was very interesting to me. The new bishop will service the rural region, overseeing the diocese of 61,000 Catholics and 92 parish throughout the West Virginia area. So that's his area of service, West Virginia, and that's what he do. That's his thing. So, and that took all of my 15 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Please share and like. Go to the YouTube page and subscribe. That's All in Your Business 1224. Please go there and subscribe for me. I have wrapped up my conversation. I took all of my time that I wanted to take. I don't want to lose my audience, my participant, my commenters, my viewer, and thank you. Miss Hill, Miss Kendall, Delania, Mr. Lambert, and I have a new visitor here. I don't have a picture, but let me see if I can get up here to where this person is. This person was on here. Najibefadili. It's a mouthful for me, but thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining and commenting and saying hi. Good night, everybody. Bye. Thanks. Take my sip of wine and here we go. Good night.